That's a good part of an international conference. We have people in different time zones all together at one place. So,
Yeah.
good. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining. Mr. Michael Rada is also there. He's also from US.
No, I am from Europe. Good morning.
So that's early morning. Sorry. Hi, Michael. How are you?
I am fine. Thanks a lot. It's not so early. I'm used to work from 4 or 5 in the morning. So
Okay.
for me, it's fine.
Yeah. I know
wish
you are
everyone
very
a great day. Yesterday it was a great part of the conference. I was participating almost on all the speeches.
Okay,
And
great.
I hope today we will be even better than this.
Okay, great. That's very great.
Thanks a lot.
Surendraji, should we start?
Yes, hello everyone. Nice to be there.
Wonderful. So I just put a message to the audience. Dear friends, the most awaited from last 1 year. Again, Michael is with us, and I would again request to please give calls to your reporting managers, your directors and plant heads who are willing to attend Industry 5.0 or Society 5.0. We are about to start in 2 minutes. Again, I repeat, please, this is going to be the eye-opening and session. So let us take the maximum benefit, and next, again, it will be after 1 year. Right, so Varun, over to you. Please start the proceeding.
Thank you, Surendraji. Welcome, delegates, for the last session of the day. That's on Industry 5.0, from virtual to physical and post-pandemic. So we have Mr. Michael Rada and Mr. Shiv Rao from 3R0 Waste. So before I hand it over to Mr. Rada to start the session and give the presentation, I would like to introduce both the speakers first. Mr. Michael Rada is the...
Karthik, can you display, please? Thank you. Yes, Varun, carry on.
Thank you. Mr. Michael Rada is the founder of Industry 5.0 and the president and project father of IBCST Lab SRO in Czech Republic. He carries over 30 plus years of experience in logistics and industrial environment and started as a steel factory blue collar worker. His last employment experience was within the senior management, was with the second largest corporation of Japan and European logistics division. Since 2013, he is acting as an entrepreneur and business owner on the principles of systematic waste prevention in companies and businesses, leading to the introduction of 5.0 industry. Today, he is leading global network of Industry 5.0 ambassadors and implementing Industry 5.0 principles on a global scale up to the level of the United Nations. We have the second panelist with us, Mr. Shiv Rao, who is the founder and CEO of 3R0 Waste Private Limited. Mr. Challa is a social entrepreneur, founder and CEO at 3R0 Waste Private Limited. In short, we call that as 3RZW, which is a sustainable waste management company working on a 360-degree waste solutions. It uses IoT devices for tracking of waste, geospatial technology to monitor the entire world waste, and blockchain for rewarding citizens for proper segregation. Over to you, Mr. Rada. You can take on the presentation, please.
Thank you very much. I would like to ask you for the rights to share my presentation.
Yeah.
And before I do that, I would like to thank the previous speaker, because still the sharing option is not on. Yes, thank you. Because he did quite a great introduction. He mentioned in one of the last sentences of his speech that Industry 4.0 is a tool. And that's important, because Industry 5.0 is not. And I will explain. So this time, after 1 year, and 1 year which you will see was really, really unbelievable, we will speak about the global development of Industry 5.0. And as it was said, my name is Michael Rada. I'm a human. And I'm the founder of Industry 5.0. And before we start, so let us look at the background, at the history related to India. On August 21st, I will never forget this day, 2020, the very first Industry 5.0 keynote was delivered in India. Why I will never forget? Because after that, in 1 month's time, more than 1.5 million hits of the post related to Industry 5.0 resulted in the need of starting the very first Industry 5.0 ambassador, which is located in India and which is Shiv Rao and his company, who is representing since October 14th, 2020, Industry 5.0 in India. Till the end of the year, we already have workshops for the biggest Indian companies. On January 7th, 2021, European Commission introduced Industry 5.0 in an officially European Sustainable Development Framework. And on January 14th, we started to build the global Industry 5.0 Ambassador Network, which on July 31st, so 6 months later or 7 months later, already covers 60% of global population. Which means, if you look at it in a picture, that in less than 1 year from one country, we reached to 65 already. What is the current reality? It is important to remember. I was born in 1971. The planet was called blue marble. But in 2019, the planet was more gray than blue because of the environmental damage. Then the pandemic hit, and thanks to lockdown, the planet get blue again for some time. And it was already at a time when for 8 years, Industry 5.0 principles does their work. We are living on a planet around which we have been able in just few decades to put more than 170 million pieces of space debris, space trash to the orbit. We are living on a planet where the industries dig for more. And just to tell you, I was counting the word more on the first day of presentation. It sounds more than 100 times. We are living on a planet together with 7.7 billion people, not knowing that 200 years ago it was just 1 billion. 100 years ago it was just 1.5, which means in 100 years, the global population grew up 5 times, despite the 2 world wars, 2 world pandemics. And in 2050, the indication is that there should be 11 billion people. And just now, please remember the last image. We are living on a planet in 206 countries, speaking 7,000 languages, riding 1 billion cars, and leaving 9 million people dying hungry, despite the fact that we throw away 23 million tons of crop and food every single day. We are leaving 800,000 people dying thirsty, despite of consuming 347 million liters drinking water every single day just in California crude oil industry. We are planting our food to throw it away because the leaves are not green enough. When we grow too much, we put it in a garbage. We stream the rivers with our food not to spoil the market price. We carry our water in firefighting tanks, not knowing that the same amount of water is needed to produce just 1 hamburger. And we don't know that 1 sip of water can save not 1 but 2 lives. We are having factories with walls full with environmental certificates, and behind the wall, the same factory is creating landfill. We are keeping obsolete packaging material on the parking slot of the employees because we don't know what to do with it, because we don't need it. We are throwing on a landfills materials which is not perfect for one, but can suit well 100 and 1,000 of others. We listen to World Bank prediction, which says that till 2050, the waste volume should grow in some destinations, should double. In the same report, it says that almost everything should can be recycled or reused, but in fact, only 13.5% is being recycled. And this is why the waste industry is the third most profitable industry in the world. Industry 5.0 origin, and the statement is that Industry 5.0 is not the fifth industrial revolution, but it is the first industrial evolution ever led by man, by human. It is based on the principles of systematic waste prevention, industrial upcycling. And it was launched on December 1st, 2015 by an article called Industry 5.0 from Virtual to Physical. It recognized 4 types of waste: physical, social, urban, and process waste, and its principles has been already implemented 2 years earlier to prove that it works. More than 1 million metric tons of products has been prevented to become waste already. And on May 2021, the Industry 5.0 keynote was delivered to governments of the world. What is behind the expansion? It is simple. Industry 5.0 is the only industry which significantly reduced the cost connected to waste management and others. And at the same time, it reduced the environmental impact, the negative environmental impact. It benefits from $475 trillion US, which can be saved on a global scale if we start to prevent waste happen. 1 million tons prove it. Only 3R Zero Waste and Shiv has been able, within 1 year time, to deliver the message to 120,000 people in India. And Industry 5.0 was named one of the top 10 trends, industrial trends of the next decade. Jaguar Land Rover, Tata Steel, BHEL, Shell, Aramco, Skoda, the list of companies which already tackle and think about implementation of Industry 5.0, talking to me and discussing with ambassadors is growing. Because there is only one question. Do you want to generate profit or waste? There is nothing more in between. You have to choose. You are the business owner. Until now, we have built our future on the top of a pyramid, 3R, so-called waste pyramid. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Unfortunately, it does not work. Even the old Egyptian has learned that you cannot build up the future on the top of a pyramid, no matter how big it will be. I realized a decade ago, and I started to find and build a new groundstones. It's called 6R. And 6R can be applied in any environment, any business, any industry, in a private life, so as in a global corporation. How does it work? Firstly, you have to recognize that something must not become waste. And trust me, it's hard if it was waste before. But the next step is even harder. You have to reconsider what to do with it. But the third point I like most, and then not a single robot will do it for you. Even the artificial intelligence at the moment is not able, because human creativity and curiosity is needed. And this is to realize it. Maybe twice you fail, or 3 times, or 10 times, but then you succeed. And you may start to change the world. The really growth condition has been delivered by the climate emergency, by COVID, because it speed up the adoption of Industry 5.0 principles by 5 years. The United Nations start to recognize it, the governments start to recognize it, and companies and industries already start to implement it. More than 18 countries, universities in 18 countries are preparing to launch Industry 5.0 in education plans. The waste and wasting legislation will be on a global scale introduced in 2021, and you are the first one in the world, except of the Industry 5.0 ambassadors, who will learn how a waste prevention policy and legislation will look like. So please listen carefully. The waste prevention policy is very simple. It has just 6 points. Nothing that can be used or utilized again should become waste. Everything should be considered primary as a pre-waste existing resource and remain in the system. The secondary use and utilization is not limited to the primary function of the product or material and can be executed by everyone respecting the regulation and safety conditions. Collecting, sorting, baling, transportation, and trade are not considered secondary utilization. If not utilized at the original location, it must be offered before being wasted. And please understand, there is no waste if we do not waste. And how we waste? Through the process of wasting. And until now, not a single legislation in the world has the wasting legalized or defined in their legislation. Because wasting is a process when material or product of any kind, volume or form become waste. It is a system failure and should be prevented first without any limitation or legal restrictions. Wasting is not a feature of a product or material, but the result of human behavior. And a single use represents one of the most applied forms of wasting. It looks simple, but trust me, I spent 8 years on delivering the right words for 8 years of implementing. And thanks to the help of the ambassadors, we have translated this message into many languages, including Hindi, because it's not just the CEOs or presidents or board members. No, everyone has to understand. And this is why this policy should not be part of the waste policy, but of the overall legislation. It is very important to learn from a very early age what will come next and what must come next to be successful. You have to unify. Instead of competing to each other, you have to cooperate. And I have already seen in some of the presentation that this step is something what India already starting to do. There must be integrity in keeping together following one and non-financial goal. Of course, you have to be profitable, that's understandable, but the goal must be higher. Clean India is a great goal, but what I do, I build wasteless world, so hope you join me. The sovereignty, if your country will not be independent and sovereign, you will be weak because you will be dependent on others. But if you will be strong, you can help others and be the leader of all the changes. Transparency. You don't have to fear leak of data if you are transparent. Responsibility in a full life cycle of a product or solution. Currently, many does have the responsibility just to the moment of sale. And longevity instead of single use. So as efficiency. Because if you follow all these, and India is really, and India show me in 1 year time that you can do it. The last year presentation started the age of Industry 5.0 in India. Many do, and I am happy about it because you did not forget your past, which is very important. You did not forget what your forefathers did for you and how they built up India itself. Many of others, including Czech Republic, Europe, Americans, forget it. They aim just one and only aim, and this is more. Don't make the same mistake. Because if you do not, you will deliver meaningful work, which will deliver meaningful life to all the people, not only in India. There has been many keynotes delivered since the keynote delivered in India. Last year, many has been delivered this year in connection to politics, politicians, and many other aspects. Every single prediction was fulfilled. Industry 5.0 is the first industrial evolution ever led by man, by human, and it is the new mindset of people and businesses, from wasteful to wasteless. It delivers results without the need of capital investment. And it's based on the principles of systematic waste prevention, utilizing existing on-the-ground mines, which are really rich. And everything is based on transparency, profit sharing, and efficiency. And please do understand, Industry 5.0 is not a name for new IoT. It is not technology. It is not a tool. It is a new global environment and the future on the planet. If we will not follow, we will leave behind landfill. And this is not the heritage which I would like to leave behind. We are living in the age of digitalization of our work. We are living for a second year in a time of digitalization of our education of our children. And our leisure was digitalized by digital media a long time ago already. So it looks like that the only thing needs to be digitalized, and this is the human. But if we do so, our world will look like this. Because data don't need any light. But I have realized that decade ago, and I have spent my life and every day of the last 8 years of building new world. A world on which I can be proud and I can hand it over to new generations who come. I hope you will join me, because India prove you can do it. You don't have to copy others. You have your knowledge, which is very deep. But please stay and follow the same aim. Do not struggle with battles. Do not try to copy the West. No. Use the technology, this is right. And one of the Indian doctor, surgeon, who make a device for the throat cancer people to speak, a device which costs thousands of US, he made for $2. He said, we do not have to make a copyright. We can do copyleft. And this is what I like. And if you struggle, please, don't shame to ask me. Ask your Industry 5.0 ambassador or any of the 65 already existing in the world. Because it is you who can build up the wasteless world. The robot don't care. The artificial intelligence don't care. If you read the 1934 novel called R.U.R., written by Karel Čapek, which is the man who invented the word robot, you will see the danger. I do repeat the date when it was published, 1934. So let us work together. Let us build together the wasteless world. And I am happy that today I am being accompanied by the very first ambassador, Industry 5.0 ambassador in the world, by Shiv Rao. And I would like to hand the word to him. Just let me stop the presentation, if I will be able to make the screen bigger again. No. If you can cut down my presentation, please, because I cannot open right now. Yes, great. Thank you. And if you will have a question, please ask us after Shiv presentation. And I hope there will be many. Thanks a lot.
Virender sir, over to you.
Over to Mr. Shiv Rao Challa. Karthik, Mr. Challa has joined. Can you see him in the attendee list, please?
Until Shiv will join. So please feel free to ask your question, to put it in a chat, because there are many things to share. I tried to get some other people and ambassadors on the board today, because there are many technologies in Industry 5.0 environment, tackling even COVID, tackling water crisis, food crisis, energy crisis. So there is not a single industry which does not waste. And this is why Industry 5.0 connects everyone. And as Marcia says yesterday, the empathy, this is what connects. The role model of Industry 5.0. Yes, Virender?
So, please take 5 minutes. Sir, we can't hear you. Virender sir.
Michael, I would request you kindly take 5 to 10 minutes more. Mr. Shiv Rao having some network issue. He's just joining. I had a words with him. Please carry on.
I will. So please understand why Industry 5.0 is different. Because it has a very different role model. The role model of Industry 5.0 is not Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, no. It's nature. And nature does not waste. If you look behind me, this man behind me is the first Czech president, is a man who from nothing built up a country in 1918. His name is Mr. Masaryk. And he is watching over my shoulder. This portrait was made out of broken vinyl record, sourced by the biggest producer of vinyl records in the world, which due to issue with the sound can throw up to 10,000 pieces a day, which lands on a landfill. And if you think that your industry does not waste, maybe I can prove you different. Yesterday, I just received this. You see the size? It's generally 30 centimeters high. It's a thread which is used for producing the car tires. Very special and very strong material. One of my clients just asked me whether we can do something with the rest, and this is the rest. You see how much it is on the coil. So there are probably a few kilometers of the thread, because this is not enough for them to put it in a machine, so this is obsolete. And until today, it was treated as a waste. I have been working almost every single week. I am in a different factory. In a not only factory, I was working for a bank. I am working with industrial developer. I am working with designers, because it is not a product which is faulty or which is responsible for the waste in the ocean. It is not the plastic. No, plastic is just another form of crude oil. We can turn it back by pyrolysis or the new technologies based on pyrolysis generally. But it is our work. We do not have to use the plastic bottle just single time. If you fill it with water for a second time, you cut by half its carbon footprint. If you fill it by third time, fourth time, you can do. For a long time, you can drink from one bottle. Why not? Maybe you like one drink, and maybe the producer of the drink does not allow you to put his drink in his bottle by yourself. But this has to change. Speaking with Coca-Cola, speaking with others, it will change. And I hope it will come soon, because you can change your behavior immediately. From this moment on, every single employee in your factory can do so. You don't need to invest in it. The change of mindset is a thing which you cannot buy. You can do. And trust me, not a single person in the world, which I talk, and there are many thousands since I started, would like to live on a landfill. And I even have last year the opportunity to speak to one of the Indian waste pickers, people who live on a landfill, a lady who spent her life digging in a landfill and selling what she found. And I asked her, with a translator, of course, do you want your children live on a landfill? And the answer was, no, sir. I will do everything what will be in my hands, that my children don't have to do the same like I do. So you see, even the people who live from waste by digging it by their own hands does not want our planet to turn on a landfill. And the implementation, it's rather simple. Give your people the opportunity to prevent the waste happen. Share them the presentation, which I did. Share them the last presentation. The last one is online, can be provided. The today presentation will be online in 12 hours. You will be able to find it on my YouTube channel. We can start workshops, webinars. We are living really, we should use the tools, the digital tools which are available. For me, Industry 5.0, Industry 4.0 is one of the tools. So is the AI, so is the machines. I don't say don't use them. No, I just say don't let them become your masters. It's not your aim to have lean factory. Your aim is to produce right quantity of products which will be consumed. If you do overproduction, you have to consider that you produce waste. No matter how many pieces you do, how expensive they are. Trust me, I was in so many factories. Even my office, every single piece of the furniture is built by my own hands from the obsolete products. And there are materials which cost up to 3,000 square meters per 3,000 euro per square meter. And they are wasted. So you see, it's not a matter. It's just about communication. We can start to do it online. The local ambassadors are here to support you on site. And even one workshop, trust me, I do it for a long time, can open the eyes of everyone, because they are wake-up calls. But what is important to remember, Shiv is there. So I will hand over at the moment the word to Shiv Rao, and let me introduce, because this man was so brave to be the first Industry 5.0 ambassador in the world. There was nobody like that before. The plan was to have them, but in 5 years. And he was the first one who took the role and did unbelievable work. But he will introduce himself, and then we can have a discussion. And please prepare your questions. I would be happy. We will be happy to answer them. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, Varun, you just introduce Mr. Shiv.
Yes, should I do it again? Yeah. Okay. So welcome, Mr. Shiv Rao. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Challa, who is a social entrepreneur, founder and CEO at 3R Zero Waste Private Limited. 3RZW is a sustainable waste management company working on a 360-degree waste solution. It uses IoT devices for tracking of waste, geospatial technology to monitor the entire world waste, and blockchain for rewarding citizens for proper segregation. So over to you, Mr. Chala.
Thank you very much, Mr. Varun, Mr. Virender, and Michael. And I apologize for a bit of delay on my side, but I always get it on time. I think sometimes, most of the time. So thank you very much. My name is Shiv Rao, and I'm born and brought up in Calcutta. Thereafter, I did my engineering from Hyderabad and worked in almost 12 countries with 23 years of experience into oil and gas, mining, and power plants. So with that sort of brief background, I understood that whatever I have achieved in my career was good enough for me, and I wanted to do something for my country. And that's when I have decided that I need to come back to India and work on some sort of projects. So it was not clear what I would like to do, but doing in my research stage, I found that waste management could be of important area to make India clean. So that is where the vision started. And initially, we wanted to start with plastic waste. But how I entered what? Can I share the screen or something? Give me.
Karthik, please help.
So can everybody see the screen? Hello? Can everybody see the screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen, Mr. Shiv. Please carry on.
Yes. So I will give a very short. I think I have a couple of how many minutes? 5 minutes, 10.
No, you have 10 to 15 minutes. Please carry on.
Okay. So the journey started of 3R0 waste on 24th of July 2020. Even though the research was started on somewhere on the 1st of March 2020 when the lockdown started. And as I said, the research showed me that 1.8 billion tons of legacy waste is lying in our country. And we generate almost 60 to 80 million tons every year, out of which only 60% is being collected and 40% generally is being managed by the government. So we are adding this numbers to the 1.8 billion tons regularly, and this tonnage is creating greenhouse gas emissions in a huge quantity, and we all are part through that. Irrespective of how well we are trying to take care of our waste, we are still being a contributor, and everybody in today's audience and your friends, families, each and every citizen of India are contributing towards this, and the world is concerned about it. So in terms of numbers for e-waste, 3.2 million tons of e-waste is being generated, out of which only 16% is recycled. So I start my statement, what was my area of business I started? I wanted to start plastic waste. There were 4,000 recyclers of various type of waste in India. And it was a huge crowd, so I would have been lost in this plastic waste. Then I was looking for what are the other waste which is causing, pollution. But I came to know that e-waste is causing deaths. So plastic waste is causing pollution, but e-waste is causing pollution and deaths. And the reason I'm telling this, in the region of Ghaziabad to Muradabad, every village is dismantling the electronic waste, and small kids, women are being into this industry, and they are polluting, because they don't know. They are the informal sector. They don't have a prior education to how it is to be managed. So with that sort of vision, we started the company, A World Without Waste. Yes, we are 3R0 Waste. The mission is to set up integrated recycling units across land masses to ensure circular economy with sustainability in every mile. The key values for the organization is 24/7 innovation, safety, health and environment, and sustainability in business. I've told about my background, how we want to bring a change in the waste management industry today, which is a very premature industry in India. IoT devices for tracking of waste, geospatial technology for monitoring the entire world waste, and blockchain technology for rewarding citizens for very crazily. I'm developing this app so that people can get points for any good thing they would do for the environment. Maybe things like you take pull your car to go to your office, you take a jute bag for marketing, you do exercise, and you're trying to reduce your healthy well-being. So things like that we are trying to develop, and for which we are looking for two partners for the organization, one CTO and one CEO. So the various solutions we are providing is electronic waste as a corporate partner. To just give you the numbers, there are almost 410 electronic waste recyclers in India today, out of which, as per the Pollution Control Board, 80 to 90% of them are paper-based organizations. So they are traders, traditional traders, and they saw an opportunity for electronic waste. They just, get into the Pollution Control Board, got the license just for namesake. They don't even have a proper facility, and they're doing electronic waste management. So be aware of that sort of organizations. Go and check their organizations. Are they genuine? Are they able to take care of your electronic waste, and how it is being managed by that company? So that is one part. The second part is how many organizations are there who can come to you and educate your employees. So there are very handful of people in India today who would come to your organization, you would come to your industry and educate your people on the model which we have developed in India. So that my logo talks about 4 dustbins. I will explain what those 4 dustbins are. So just now today I was with a Japanese client, and that is where I got delayed. And they are into the manufacturing of very high-end CNC machine motors and drives. So their premises was awesome. They are working on a green building concept. They are not wasting, zero discharge of water, zero discharge of organic waste. Beautiful, and they're very good example of being zero waste campus. So these are the few clients I'm looking for. We are a startup, but we are very passionate about doing our things, most ethically. And we are running pan-India campus, and we were just discussing that industries are okay. They are aware of by Pollution Control Board how to take care of e-waste. What about the citizens? So that was a very, a place where nobody was concentrating. And that is where today I had a meeting in the early morning, wherein we are discussing with a big organization how we can collaborate and bring the citizens of India change in the mindset that we are not here to sell this electronic waste to kabadi walas, but we will hand over to the ethical recyclers. So this is my patented, not patented yet, but I'm going to patent it as soon as I think it's a realistic, or I have to do some modifications. So the 4 dustbin concept: the green is for organic, orange for plastic, blue for paper and cardboard, and red for e-waste and metal. So this is the model. When I go and take a project with the RWA with 500 flats, or with a corporate today, as I was telling, so we don't take contracts just for a name of same taking. So we want the customers to adhere to this sort of model. We see the campus and we place these bins accordingly. The next step to the residents is to take them to the 9th step of segregation, which is a Goa model by GIZ Germany, and then the 16th type of segregation, which is a Japan model. So what is the difference in this 4, 9, and 16? When you start doing the 4 model, you are creating worth from your waste for India. For 40% of the waste which you have thrown in your dustbin, we can create value from that. So Indian GDP will be improved from that waste by 40%. Second is 9 type of segregation. When you do this, this is done at my company level, not at the house level, wherein we can generate revenue of 60 to 70% value from your waste. And then the Japan model, if we are able to do at 16 type of segregation, we will be able to generate revenue 80 to 100%. And that's my vision of zero waste. So many organizations have tried this, but till now there has not been a single success model. The reason being, some people have gone and put an infrastructure, they have failed because people don't have awareness. Some people went and they did awareness but no infrastructure, they have as well failed. So we are coming up with a robust model wherein we have created the infrastructure, which I did in Manesar. I have a partner in Bangalore, in Calcutta, and we are expanding pan India. but awareness was lacking. So I created 16 modules of waste education, which we are now selling and giving it free through our NGO, which schools, colleges, and universities can take this and implement in the schools. We give this package to the industries, which we have already started, and to the corporates. So, wherein husband and wife, if they are working, they go and get this education. The kids and students, they go and get the education from the college. And then the left is housewives, maids, drivers, and the senior citizens. So for them, we are going to the RWA on the weekends and creating this awareness. So we have a very holistic approach of awareness and very impactful approach. That is how, we have just signed a contract with Lee Meridian Gurgaon, which we are planning on 21st of September. So these are my few clients in the last. My organization is just 1 year old. 3 months was what flew away on setting up the plant. 6 months COVID was there. I was sitting back home working 12 to 18 hours because I can't run away now. So that is how I binded myself with this project. So I was working 12 to 18 hours just creating a brand awareness of doing social work, and that's how I got into the Manesar Industrial Welfare Association board level. And now I've got into a limelight where people have seen my hard work, and many organizations have joined hands with me, and these are few of them. So even yesterday, I was with Municipal Corporation of Faridabad. One ward has been handed over to us, Ward 26, which I'm collaborating with one CSR partner and one NGO to make this a pan-India model city of zero waste. So let us see how it goes, and you can keep on visiting our social media to see the progress. So these are the other expected clients in this month. So during this last 6 months, we have personally, given awareness to 121,200 people personally, and other social media followers are mentioned in the team. This is the breakdown of how we have achieved this 121,000 people. This is the briefly, our activities which we have been published in the newspapers. So you can see in my NGO foundation president is based out of Visakhapatnam. So we have gone inside, taken a dive into the sea and created 600 kgs of trash has been removed from the camps we have done in Visakhapatnam. I was there last 10 days. I was in Visakhapatnam, and I have spoken to more multiple activities which we will be doing in Visakhapatnam. We have gone into the markets to the RWAs, our 4 dustbin model being shown. These are our licenses, our association in which today I am the board member taking care of environment and CSR activities from Manesar Industrial Welfare Association and other RWAs we are taking care of. This is my leadership team. These are my classmates, the mentors, the 1992 batch of St. Mary's School, Calcutta. They are supporting me in this endeavor. Mr. Zafar is from Dubai, Kutub is from Calcutta, Kailash from Kenya, and Amit Ratanpal is a venture capitalist based out of Mumbai. And my international expert advisors across the world, 5 of them are listed here. We have almost 20 plus countries supporting our project. These are my advisory team. Mr. AJ Rao, he is the advisor to the Ministry of Environment. Mr. Akhil Joshi is the ex-BHL. He is the ex-CFO, I'm sure. And then Dr. A.K. Rao, he is Dr. Akhil Joshi is the Director Power of BHEL.
We have 9 minutes more.
Okay, we are almost.
For some discussion from Michael also. So
right, we are just 2-3 more minutes. So Dr. A.K. Rao, he is the advisor. He's the ex-director of Administrative Staff College of India. And my technical team across the world, Michael Radha is the first person, international advisor who has joined us in terms of mentoring me and bringing me as the global ambassador of not only for India but for the whole world. I'm the first ambassador. Thank you, Michael, for your belief in me and my country. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, he is my professor from Switzerland who has taught me solid waste management. And now I'm going to implement his learnings into my project in Faridabad and the other expertise of various waste. So what I have done is, if I go and speak to the schools and the kids in the awareness campaigns, people will think I'm old school. My style would be old school. So what I have developed is I'm trying to create global youth ambassadors, pan world, and these are my 6 ambassadors for today. And these are the people who will be, creating the buzz in their community, the youth of India and the world, and how it would affect the future generations, if we don't take action today. So these are the 6 people across the India. And these are my partner organizations. IBCSD is the brainchild of Michael Rada from Czech Republic. My Earth ID is a blockchain technology company from UK. And eYantram from Bangalore. It's a PR organization. If we are a licensed e-waste recycler authority from pan-India level. Mumbai, we have Aditya Environment Services. In Singapore, we are tied up with Kratos Innovation Lab. And from Qatar, we are tied up for hazardous waste, sustainable waste management company. And I'm done speaking. Thank you very much for your patience and appreciate your time and spending this couple of hours and the whole 2 days with CII event. I am very grateful for Mr. Virinder and his team for having me on the stage, and I look forward for your questions.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thanks, sir. Thank you very much. And now I hand over Michael again for the final comments and how to move ahead. Michael, over to you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Shiv. I have seen in this 1 year that the selection cannot be better, because you achieve much more than even I can expect it. And as I said, India is great place to apply. And I would like to thank to CII and Virender Singh, because last year, for me, India really started or stepped in the age of Industry 5.0. Such a big response I never see in any of the countries of the world. Some are strong, but of course, you are the second most populated country in the world, where the capital of Czech Republic has 10 million inhabitants. It's a village for you generally, but it is a really great impact. I have seen in these 2 days of the conference, I was listening to almost all of the speeches. Again, you deliver to me the proof that India is the not only new tiger of Asia, you are the leader of the world if you can keep your original approach, if you will do what your forefathers did generally, be proud on your knowledge, on your experience, and on all what you achieved. And it's not a small number or small achievements, not at all. Shiv showed it in generally, not 1 year, 6 months. He reached 120,000 people. He did such a big amount of work, which I can hardly imagine to be done. And many people join and many companies join. And I know that there is in every of his education and speech, the waste prevention is part of it, because he knows very well that when we prevent the waste happen, this situation will change and he will help us with cleaning up the India. But right now, please, if anyone has a question, you can put it in a chat, or you can even, if it's the guest or the speaker who has the right to speak, just ask the question to the audience. I will be very happy to answer it. And I hope that some of the technologies which you introduced, you will be exporting to Europe and to other destinations, because, as I said, I am for 30 years in logistics. I do educate logistics innovation, so I know a lot of, and I have seen some technologies which I can implement in almost every of the projects which I realize for my industrial clients. So there is a question. we should adapt core values from Indian. Yes, please use your Veda and use your generally your knowledge of the old and use it now, but with the new technology. I will show you one example. It does not come from India, but if you look at this bag, it's rather big. You can open it. It's a purse. You will never judge, even if I will give it into your hands. You will never say what the material is made from. Generally, this is used bags, so used packaging of potato chips. And it's processed with the technology or with the methodology of origami, 400 years old from Japan. But the Japanese did not have this type of material. We have it. What is interesting about it, it is not only nice and shiny, but it's RFID blocker. So if you put your payment card in it, nobody will steal your data because it's a blocker. We did not know about this function until we made this product. So there was a lot of. There is a second question. Any technologies for reject to reuse? Use the 6R, please. The 6R looks simple, but generally, you can reject everything. This is just, again, it is your decision whether you reject. But if you have it, then use it wisely. As I said, I am not ashamed that I have a plastic bottle in my office, but I never use this plastic bottle, even if it's a single use. I never use it a single time. Every time I refill, even the last life cycles, I put there the water for the flowers. But I use it at least 10 times. Because otherwise I will not be able to process it. The 6R will help you with very interesting change. I can show you one more example. Technology and spirituality should go hand in hand correctly. Yes, you are right. One more example. I have a client who processes woods, and this cutoff was just one of the cutoffs he threw away on a garbage, generally to burn it. But we walk through the factory, we find it out. We took few pieces and we make out of it a mobile phone stand. Even with the logo of Industry 5.0, I bring it to him 14 days later. He sat in his office. He was doing his business for almost 30 years. And he said, Mr. Rada, you just presented the best marketing and promotional item which I have ever seen in my history, which is related to my business. Can you do it with our logotype so we can hand it over to our clients? Yes, we did. And every of his clients have his mobile phone stand in his office with his logo on it. And he proved that he is doing sustainable. And since then, when he has anything new a part of a product, or he something find in a garbage, he calls us. So I think probably right now is the time for you to finish.
Thank you.
For me, great conference, and thank you again. It was really a pleasure to be with all of you.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Shiv. It's a wonderful presentation and how we can sustain and save the earth. Really, we'll look forward again. And now, for all the audience, there are the 3 steps are left in this. One is that who are the panelists, one group photograph, that is the one. Second, concluding remarks. And third, very, very important, who are with us from last 2 days, their group photographs. So please do not wait for just 5 minutes. And we, with all the audience and delegates, we will have the group photographs. Meantime, you can set your hairs and little bit, so because it's the end of the day. And yeah, that's yes, I would request to now first all the panelists, please switch on the video. Is it possible? Yes, please. All the panelists, Varun and who are available right now, please fast. Because as per our commitment, we don't want to delay. And then we will be having a yes. Karthik, please take it. Hope Karthik, it's done.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Done,
Okay.
sir. Done.
You tell me once you're taking photograph, I will smile. And I will also settle my hair.
Done, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, great. This is wonderful program, and from 2 days, like almost 30 speakers, and I understand the speakers who has taken real pain in the mid of the night, like Marcia and other speakers from USA. They were all around early morning or mid of the night. They have supported us a wonderful sport, but this is the just start of the journey. As we said, Mr. Prashant, also we were discussing, it's our embarking on the journey for creating a ecosystem wherein we can help out to industry to adapt Industry 4.0. So I will not take much time because I am continuous from the last 2 days interacting. So I request to our mentor and great leader, Mr. Rajendra Havangesan, and kindly extend the concluding remarks and some message to our all the audience may be joined from any of the country, India and abroad. So what the next, right? And on behalf of Core Committee, CII, Institute of Quality, and after your concluding remarks, 5 minutes, we will have a group photograph for all the audience. Karthik will allow everyone to switch on their camera. So meantime, you can comb your hair and everything. You have the time, listen the concluding remarks. And over to Havangesan. And Karthik, can you display the program backdrop or something? That would be really good.
Yeah, Virendra sir, am I audible?
Yes. Now you're audible, sir. Now you're audible.
Thank you. Thank you once again. Wonderful audience. I must say, very disciplined audience and a very well organized program. I just had the privilege of attending the SIAM program recently, 2 days back. And I must say that this program is no less in terms of organization and also in terms of the quality of the speakers that I have witnessed. So full marks to the organizing team and special compliments to Virendra San, who has, so let's give him a small clap. Well, guys, we all consider us to be the technologists, and we think we have a role to play into the industry, and rightfully we have a role to play. Unfortunately, I must say that technology as a stand-alone topic has no value unless you integrate it with the human life. And with Michael's speech just a few minutes back is a live example. Yeah, a technology without human integration is of no use. We don't want technology for to be displayed in the museums. You know, it must get utilized for the benefit of the society at large and the planet also, which is so critical. So please, we have that huge responsibility on our shoulders to think in the right perspective about technology. And it is only we who can do that, you know, because we treat ourselves as technologists. So all in all, this is fundamentally, we need to bring that humbleness into our thought process as technologists. This is one message to all the members. The second topic is about embracing technology is very important. It is an attitude. Many people shy away from taking it, accepting it with open mind, and subsequently they repent upon it. At the same time, they take wrong things and again repent with it. So taking the right technology for your business is an attitude also for your society. Most of the societies in India are having two types of garbages, wet garbage and dry garbage. It has started here in this, at least in the metro cities, okay, which was there in the European countries for, I don't know for how many years. They have much more complex system of disposal of the waste for decades together. Even the glass, I know in Germany, they have glasses of different colors. They don't mix the glasses of brown color and the green color and whatnot. You're not allowed to mix. I'm talking about 25 years back, 30 years back. So this is all technology. And if we do not embrace it, we don't deserve to develop technology for the society. And we need to make that beginning. Having a vehicle and maintaining the pollution level of the vehicle is embracing technology. Buying vehicle is not embracing technology. Maintaining right pressure in the vehicle tire is embracing technology, because if I don't maintain the tire pressure, I lose on the fuel efficiency, which is indirectly, we are damaging our planet in a small way. So embracing technology is an attitude. It is not a science. Please bring it in your real life. Keeping the air conditioners temperatures on 26 degrees in India is the right temperature. But we never keep. We keep on 20 or 22. In Japan, you will not find an air conditioner below 27. You cannot find. In the whole of Japan, it's always 27. And you cannot wear the ties. Sorry, Virendra-san. You cannot wear the ties in Japan, in offices. No more allowed. This is called embracing the technology. And without humbleness, it is not possible. So that would be my second request to the audience, and please, if you accept it, please propagate it. Another topic is that always in your business, look at the technology from a relevance perspective in the light of new developments that are happening. Just don't blindly implement a new technology, because you may bring something today, it will get obsolete in no time. Obsolescence is the name of the game. Remember that. You buy a gadget today, in no time it is getting obsolete. So for your industry, you must realize what gadgets, what equipment, what technology, what processes you are buying. It has a relevance in relation to the time. Otherwise, you as technologies will fail to deliver in your companies, in your organizations. You may even lose the respect that you people have put investment into the wrong space. So always remember, today the speed of technology development is so high that by the time you understand it, it is probably getting obsolete. The whole world is worried about what's going to happen to the IC engines. What's going to happen to the investment of IC engines? You know, So these are all big topics. So for your industry, please ensure that whatever technology steps you are taking, do not take it blindly. It must have a relevance to your industry. And finally, you see, we are at the end of the day, we live on this planet for very limited time, you know, just 100 years is the maximum life on any human. It's very small. There are generations and generations going to come after us. At least for, I think for 500,000 years, the mankind will be there on this planet until it is probably destroyed. So keep ecology a priority over economy. Not always thinking about economy and the financial returns and the payback. That's not enough. Europe no more talks about economy. Europe talks about only ecology. Because economy, you will make more money, but if you don't take care of ecology there, you cannot do business anymore. Your business cannot exist. And that is rightfully in order to protect our planet. And Michael showed wonderful images of the picture of this earth from the top. If we ignore it, remember, it's not just about your profits going away, but you are also going to lose your entire business if you don't take care of the ecology. And there are examples, even in India. People have not taken care of it, and these companies have been shut down. So all in all, we have a huge task as technologists. We can always talk about new things coming up. We can always speak of digitalization, but do not lose the feet on the ground. And these are some of the topics which I feel are relevant in today's perspective. And if we are able to implement it in your real life, I would say that will be a great thing on the part of CII and we as a community at large. So thank you so much, and I wish you all good luck.
Thank you, Bangi-san. Thanks a lot, and thanks to our eminent core committee members, industry leaders who have supported all this to create this platform, and the great team Varun and Karthik, Deep, who tirelessly make it possible the today's event without any hinges. So this is the wonderful. And now I would request, as promised, Karthik, can you just clap for the team, Varun, Karthik? It's a wonderful job, right? And Karthik, now you please allow to everyone, they can switch on their camera and we can have one group photograph for this 2021. Autisan, we have made your absent this time. So next year, please ensure it.
As a speaker, I was absent, but as an audience, I was present for.
Okay, then it's okay.
Especially the last piece by Mr. Michael, that was all heart touching. Not only knowledgeable, it was heart touching. And Abange-san always rocked.
So, Karthik, did you enable them to on their cameras?
I can suggest. We usually, at the end of Industry 5.0 talks, we hold our finger up, not because we are number one, but because we are living on one planet and we follow one goal. So we can have one of the images with everyone proving that we are living in one home and this planet, we will recover together.
Agreed, fully agreed. This time vote for you, Michael.
Thanks a lot.
For this election, they vote for you. Karthik, can you just advise us how is the situation?
He's given the access, I think.
I again request to all the participants, kindly switch on your video cameras, and we will have a good photograph 2021 CII International Conference on DRA, Digitalization, Robotics and Automation, Industry 4.0, and Insights on Industry 5.0 2021. So let's.
I think Alok Kumar has not switched on. Abhijit Boyer has not switched on. Many of them.
I would again please be fast because now everyone has to leave. It's around
Brahma, Brahma, please switch on. Arpit, please switch on. Anupama has switched on. Okay, fine.
Karthik, once you take the pic, please.
How do I switch on? I don't have. Okay, I got now.
You have now every right.
You have. Arpit is someone who is not switching on.
You are the ambassador. You are the ambassador of Industry 4.0.
Yes.
And Karthik, please.
Done, sir, done.
Done?
Yeah, I've taken the pic. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you.
Good, great.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Viren-san.
Thank you to all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Congratulations on your success.
2 days event.
So nice of you for your support. Tejas, thank you very much for your support. Where are you?
Sir, I am here.
Okay, good. Great.
It's very interesting to know so much has happened from in Industry 5.0, especially in India. I feel very proud because I'm also Indian, but I live in the UAE, and very happy to have been appointed by Michael Rada as the Industry 5.0 ambassador for the UAE right now. But my heart is anyway always Indian. So I'm very excited to be here. And I want to congratulate the organizing team and everybody involved in this successful program.
Thank you, Leela. Thanks a lot for your motivating and encouraging comments for the team. It's wonderful. We will try our best to.
I will have a lot of learning, so I will connect with Shiv definitely, and we will try to emulate some of the beautiful things that have already started in India.
Wonderful. Very motivating to us.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. Thank you very much.
Any of the young friend who wish to share the experience in 1 minute or 30 seconds?
Viren-san, everybody is young. Age is just a number.
Okay. Yeah. So like me, everyone is young, eh?
Yes.
Good.
So since you asked, it was a very good conference for 2 days, and it was well articulated. You did a good job. And it was called technical information sharing and especially for Industry 5.0. So it was quite good. I liked it very much. I remained stick to my table. I didn't go out anywhere. I said, thank you so much for arranging it.
So that's good. Like when was young, then only the young feeling comes from inside of the head.
Yes.
Good, great.
Sanjay, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. So this was a really nice, eye-opening workshop, and I'm into this field, ERP implementation. I have seen, in India, maximum people are implementing, investing IoT 4.0 just by fascinating definition only. Yesterday we were told that's a fact, and we are not consuming. There are a lot of data which IoT is producing, but industry is not consuming. Even I was not aware. Very true. So as a ambassador for IoT 4.0 in India, now I will educate my people, my customer, all those things, how to consume the IoT data and how to leverage out of that. So for making India a great place and making India, ahead in the
wonderful,
ahead in the world.
And I would request to everyone one thing. Any feedback on this?